Line-by-line explanation of the poem The Weary Blues by Langston Hughes.
Line 1, droning a drowsy syncopated tune. The poem opens with alliteration in droning and drowsy, instantly establishing a slow, hypnotic rhythm that mirrors the mood of blues music. The word droning suggests a continuous, monotonous sound, evoking fatigue or weariness, which ties directly into the title. Syncopated is a musical term referring to rhythms that place emphasis on unexpected beats, typical of jazz and blues. Hughes captures the sound and feeling of the blues not just through subject matter but also in the rhythm of the line itself. Notice how the line has a loose, flowing beat, without strict metrical regularity, echoing the free rhythm of a jazz performance. Line 2, rocking back and forth to a mellow croon. The second line builds on the musical imagery. Rocking back and forth describes the physical swaying of the musician, which is both literal and metaphorical, a symbol of immersion in the music and emotional turbulence. The phrase mellow croon adds a layer of softness and sadness, reinforcing the calming but sorrowful tone. The rhythm here continues to be fluid, more reflective of musical phrasing than strict poetic meter, helping Hughes bring jazz's improvisational spirit into verse. Line 3, I heard a Negro play. With this short, stark line, Hughes brings in the speaker's voice, he becomes an observer. The simplicity and directness contrast with the flowing musical descriptions, grounding the poem in reality. This line also connects deeply to the racial and cultural identity of the artist. Using the term Negro, common in Hughes's time, he acknowledges the musician's black identity, which is essential to the authenticity of the blues, a form born from African American pain, endurance, and creative expression. Line 4, down on Lenox Avenue the other night. Lenox Avenue in Harlem was a cultural hub during the Harlem Renaissance. By naming this street, Hughes situates the poem in a real location that represents black art, community, and vitality. The other night gives it a feeling of reminiscence or nostalgia, and the rhythm of the line adds a conversational, jazz-like cadence. Line 5, by the pale dull pallor of an old gaslight. Here, Hughes paints the scene in dim, tired light, pale, dull, and pallor all suggest lifelessness, mirroring the weariness of the blues. The image also evokes an older era, hinting at poverty and age. The long, alliterative phrase slows the reader down, making us feel the heavy, tired mood. Line 6, he did a lazy sway. This line brings back movement, lazy echoes drowsy from earlier. The sway shows how deeply the musician is engrossed in the rhythm, but also how burdened he is by emotion. The ellipsis suggests a lingering motion or a pause, mimicking the drawn-out notes in blues singing. Line 7, he did a lazy sway. Hughes repeats this line for emphasis. Like a refrain in a blues song, repetition enhances rhythm and emotion. It shows that the feeling and motion are constant, unchanging, like the sadness conveyed in the music. Line 8, to the tune Oh Those Weary Blues. The poem now gives us the name of the song, Weary Blues. The blues genre itself is characterized by themes of sorrow, longing, and fatigue. Hughes uses the dialect form O instead of to retain the cultural authenticity and musical informality of the speaker or singer, giving it a lived-in, oral quality. Line 9, with his ebony hands on each ivory key. This line introduces a powerful visual contrast. Ebony and ivory not only describe the black pianist's hands and the piano keys but also suggest racial binaries. The metaphor also hints at the transformation of European musical instruments, piano, through African American creativity. The alternating black and white keys mirror themes of tension, harmony, and duality. Line 10, he made that poor piano moan with melody. Here, Hughes personifies the piano. It moans, suggesting the musician's sorrow flows through the instrument. The word poor implies the piano is worn or old, just like the performer and the setting. The alliteration in moan with melody echoes the plaintive cry of the blues. Line 11, Oh Blues. This cry functions as both a lament and an ode. It mimics the way a blues singer might call out mid-song, adding to the performative atmosphere. It's a moment of raw emotional expression, unfiltered and spontaneous. Line 12, swaying to and fro on his rickety stool. The line returns to the musician's physical presence. The stool is rickety, reinforcing the theme of instability or hardship. Yet he keeps playing, keeps swaying, suggesting resilience amid struggle. The line's soft rhythm matches the gentle movement it describes. Line 13, he played that sad raggy tune like a musical fool. Calling the tune raggy links it to ragtime music, a close cousin to blues. The phrase musical fool evokes the archetype of the tragic performer, who plays joyfully for others while carrying deep personal sorrow. The line subtly critiques the expectation that black performers entertain while hiding their own pain. Line 14, sweet blues. Another exclamation. It emphasizes the paradox of the blues, sorrow that sounds beautiful. Hughes recognizes the artistic power in emotional suffering, how sadness can create beauty. Line 15, coming from a black man's soul. This line clarifies the depth and source of the music. It's not just a performance, it's a cry from the soul. Hughes reminds the reader that the blues are more than entertainment, they are rooted in lived experience and racial identity. Line 16, oh blues. This third exclamation adds intensity. Like a musical refrain, it repeats with feeling and emphasizes how central the blues are to both the poet and the culture he's portraying. Line 17, in a deep song voice with a melancholy tone. Now we focus on the singer's voice. A deep song voice suggests resonance and gravity, while melancholy tone aligns with the sorrowful content of blues lyrics. The phrasing is musical and rhythmic, matching the cadence of a slow blues tune. Line 18, I heard that Negro sing, that old piano moan. This reinforces the blend of man and instrument, voice and emotion. The piano's moaning echoes the singer's sadness. Together, they become a duet of sorrow. Line 19 to 22, ain't got nobody in all this world. Ain't got nobody but myself. I's gwine to quit ma frownin'. And put ma troubles on the shelf. These lines form the lyrics of the blues song within the poem. Written in African American vernacular English, AAVE, they reflect authentic black speech and cultural expression. The singer confesses total loneliness and then promises to stop showing his sorrow, perhaps not because he feels better, but because he must endure. Putting troubles on the shelf is a metaphor for temporarily escaping hardship through music. Line 23, thump, 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 went his foot on the floor. Onomatopoeia captures the physical rhythm of the performance. The sound grounds the abstract emotion in something tactile and repetitive, like the steady beat of life going on despite sorrow. Line 24, he played a few chords then he sang some more. The interplay of voice and music continues. The word chords ties back to structure, just as the poem alternates between narrative and song, the performer alternates between playing and singing, emphasizing rhythm and repetition. Line 25 to 30, I got the weary blues. And I can't be satisfied. Got the weary blues. And can't be satisfied. I ain't happy no mo. And I wish that I had died. This 6-line blues verse is central to the poem. Repetition reinforces his despair. The refrain can't be satisfied and weary blues underscore existential emptiness. The final line, expressing a death wish, shows just how deeply the pain runs. The AAVE spelling reflects cultural authenticity, and the rhythm is consistent with 12-bar blues form, often based on repetition and variation. Line 31, and far into the night he crooned that tune. The singer plays late into the night. The verb crooned suggests gentle, sustained singing, highlighting the lullaby-like quality of the performance, soothing but sad. Line 32, the stars went out and so did the moon. A poetic image of time passing and the world darkening. The stars and moon go out, like stage lights after a show, or a metaphor for hope fading. Line 33, the singer stopped playing and went to bed. After the emotional and physical exertion, the performer finally rests. This simple line signals closure, but also emphasizes that life continues even after performance ends. Line 34, while the weary blues echoed through his head. Even in silence, the music lingers. The echo shows how the blues are not just performed, they haunt and inhabit the artist's mind. It blurs the line between art and life. Line 35, he slept like a rock or a man that's dead. The poem ends with this chilling simile. The sleep is so deep, it's almost death-like, symbolizing emotional exhaustion. The blues, having poured out of him, leave him emptied. Structurally, this final line echoes the poem's first. Both show the weight of the blues, whether in life or in silence. Hope we summarized it fully and you liked it. Please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel so that we are motivated to create more videos.